Welcome to the Electrix power system. The Electrix power system is a high-capacity portable system designed to replace a small generator without the noise or the fumes. The power module can be used directly to provide 24 to 27 volts DC at up to 100 amps continuous. When combined with the Electrix inverter, it will produce very clean, pure sine wave AC power up to 2500 watts continuous or 3500 watts in discontinuous bursts. The main individual elements to the system are the cart, 3 batteries, the inverter, 2 chargers, and 2 DC cables. Our hand cart holds all the modular parts in a configuration ready for transport and workload on location. There is one 3500 watt inverter on board. It is fitted into the shelf provided on the back of the cart. The inverter sits vertically, allowing plug-in access for the AC input on the top and the Anderson battery DC connectors below. There is a locking top cap that holds the inverter in place. There are 3 batteries that fit into each of their respective shelves. The side handles allow easy access to slip them into their seated positions. The gray Anderson connectors are affixed on top of each of the batteries. Each 3-battery Electrix power station is equipped with 2 onboard chargers. They are removable to allow for off-site battery charging. The side tubes store the removable power cords. The inverter. The power inverter changes DC power from a battery into conventional AC power. Our 3500 watt Electrix pure sine wave inverter draws its power from an Electrix 24-volt battery. Each battery will need to be recharged or replaced as the inverter draws the power out of it. Center the inverter power switch to the off position prior to connecting devices. Using the cable provided, plug the red connector into one of the red connectors on the rear panel or bottom panel if the inverter is in the cart. Plug equipment to be powered into a power strip or directly into the outlets in front of the inverter. Connect the red-black cable to the battery using the gray connector with the handle. The other end of this cable should be connected to the inverter from step 2. Press and hold the battery power button until the battery turns on. Press load on-off button to open port. Turn inverter on. Turn devices on. The user control panel for each individual battery is located on the front faceplate. The panel consists of a power button, the 4-button membrane switch, data port, USB port, 4x20 LCD display, and charge port. There are also 3 status LEDs. The power button is located in the upper left corner. This button turns the battery on and off. It is a soft switch, which means it is software driven and can perform multiple functions. When activated, it is illuminated with the blue ring. To activate, hold the button for 3 seconds and release. To return to sleep mode, hold the button for 3 seconds and then release. The 4-button switch panel is located directly above the LCD screen and controls the battery functions. Each numbered or colored-coded button will activate its respective screen when pushed. The number 1 green button, load on, off, controls the load or output of the battery. When pushed, it activates the load port and turns the top LED on. Push again to deactivate or turn load off. When battery is depleted, the load port will automatically turn off. At loads above 30 amperes, the charge port will automatically enable also. This reduces the resistance of the internal solid-state switch. The number 2 red button enables charge, making the battery ready to accept a charge. It will enable both load and charge ports and LEDs. During charge, the charge LED will flash. The number 3 gray button, dim screen, dims the backlight of the display to eliminate the light which can affect photography. The number 4 blue button, screen select, toggles between the 4 display screens. To toggle between screens, press the blue button and hold for 3 seconds. Note, some software versions do not require the 3-second hold. Here is some more information regarding the display screen for the blue button number 4 toggle function. The display screen gives data regarding the status of battery operation, as well as manufacturer date code, software version, cycle points accumulated, etc. There are 4 screens available. To toggle between screens, press button number 4. Screen number 1 is the most used display. Line 1, a bar graph indicates the state of charge. This is based on a Coulomb counter that is reset to 100% on each completed charge. Always recharge battery just prior to use for best accuracy. Also, on the first line, a direct numerical readout of the charge percentage is provided. Line 2 is a DC voltage display. To the right of the voltage, a direct readout of ampere hours remaining is also displayed. Line 3 is a watts DC display. It will indicate the watts in real time being delivered to or from the battery. Under load, the watts display will change to average time remaining at present load in minutes. Note, it will take a few moments to calculate. Line 4 is an amperes DC display. It will indicate current in amps being delivered to or from the battery. There is a slight delay from measurement to display. Screen number 2. Screen number 2 indicates all cell voltages. It also indicates lowest and highest cell, as well as active cell balancing. These additional indicators are for diagnostic use and are shown by an L, H, or asterisk next to the value. On screen number 3, lines 1 and 2 display temperature values taken at 4 locations in the battery unit. These are primarily for diagnostics use. A chart is available upon request. Line 3, range, indicates the difference in lowest and highest cell volts. It is used to indicate the need for a balance procedure or to detect a faulty cell. Line 4, points, is a method for determining the point the battery is in its life cycle. It will increment 0.1 points for every 20 amp hours removed from or replaced to the battery. It was developed at Electrix and is an accurate tool for determining the state of health of the system. The number 4 screen is data used to obtain information for servicing your product. Line 1 is the name of the product. Line 2, SER, is the serial code. It shows the date and sequence of the product. This code will differ from the label adhered to the case of the product. Line 3, VER, is the firmware version currently loaded. Upon update, this number will change. Line 4, MDL number, is the model number and hardware version of the product. LED functions. LED 1, top, indicates load status. On equals ready for load. Off equals not ready for load. LED number 2, in the middle, indicates charge status. On equals ready to charge. Off equals not ready to charge. Flashing equals charging. LED 3, bottom, indicates alert or fault detected. This LED will flash when state of charge is below 20% and will also indicate various faults such as low or high temperature beyond safe limits. It will also indicate a single cell voltage that has gone too low or too high. These faults will reset upon correction of the condition that caused the fault or alert. The USB port. The USB charging power port is capable of providing up to 2.1 amps per port or 4.2 amps total. A blue LED indicates that it is ready. It is powered on whenever the battery is active. The charge port. The charge port's primary purpose is to provide a connection to the Electrix charger. The charger contains proprietary software to balance cells and other functions. Do not use any other charger with the Electrix battery. The data port. The data port is an HDMI port used for internal service and diagnostics. The DC cable is 4 feet long. There are 2 DC cables per 3 battery cart setup. Do not extend the DC cable from battery to inverter. Note, it is best to extend AC cable of sufficient capacity to obtain greater distance from the power system. Battery charging instructions. There are 2 onboard battery chargers. A few items to note when using the charging system. Before use, and as soon as possible after discharge, the battery should be fully charged. A full charge cycle resets the fuel gauge and prevents damage due to self-discharge that occurs over time. In addition, if the battery is to be stored or not used for an extended period, it should be recharged about once a month. To charge, connect Electrix charger to the charge port on the battery. Do not pull the cables, but rather grasp the plastic portion of the plug and align the connector. Push straight in. Connect the AC cord to the plug on the charger rear panel. Connect the supply end or the cable to an AC outlet that provides 100 to 240 volts AC. This supply must be able to supply 900 watts minimum. Turn the switch to the on position. Make certain that the battery is activated. The power is on. Depress the red number 2 button on the membrane switch. Charge and load LED should be on. Charge initiation can take up to 30 seconds. When current begins to flow, the charge LED will flash. The charger will turn off automatically at the end of the cycle. The fuel gauge will be reset to 100% when the battery reaches 28.0 volts or a single cell reaches 3.7 volts. Charge may continue for a few minutes after 28.0 volts is reached, and the battery may accumulate some small amount over 100% charge before it terminates. Please note, it is critical to allow the charger to complete its cycle and turn off automatically. Even though the battery may show 100% or higher, the display may not be accurate until the charger resets the counter. If the battery is fully depleted, charging can take up to 3 hours and 20 minutes. The battery can be operated during the charge cycle. Be certain that the connect load can tolerate at least 28.5 volts DC. Load may terminate under certain conditions. It's a good practice to test the exact conditions of use prior to engaging unfamiliar loads in this manner. Lithium battery cells do best when used frequently and fully charged before each use. This allows the cells to reach an equilibrium, and the LCD data will be most accurate under these conditions. Should you need any further technical assistance, please call our home office. We can also answer any questions you might have regarding sales and rentals of our Electrix power systems. Visit our website at electrixpower.com for additional information and product accessories and updates.